Hi everyone, welcome back to my tutorial series where I'm going to show you my very first interaction with Claude Fable 5. It has been open for the public for about 24 hours and has been widely popular online, so now I put it to test on an advanced geospatial task. So the exact question we were working on was how to visualize Manhattan's buildings in an interactive way, which is supposed to look much nicer than anything we could make in Python. For that, we were using WebGL, very simple Claude stack, just Claude in the chat, in a browser, no desktop app, no skills, no project files. You're gonna see in the video that there were a couple of points where I had to intervene and kind of surgically steer the AI to the right direction, but other than that, I was genuinely impressed. So now let's see how it worked out. So now I'm going to do something which I haven't done before. I'm going to record a live vibe coding session of mine. So here the goal is going to be to create a 3D map visualization. Of course, it's about maps. Visualizing a 3D map of Manhattan's buildings. This is the first time I'm using Fable, besides asking a few very basic things, and it has been online for everyone about 24 hours. So I'm not yet sure what to expect. What I saw on the socials and in the news seems, let's say, fabulous. And also now you will see how I am going to do the prompting. And a quick note there, I usually do my prompting for my Python workflows. And here this is going to be something else. So I'm also very curious how this is going to work out. Also, I'm going to keep this session very simple, so I'm not using any projects, any skill files, and I'm not running the desktop app either, just a pure browser chat. So let's see. Let's greet our AI friend before they gain consciousness and knock on our doors. So hello there. The famous one from Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm going to tell that to be ready for a 3D map and building visualization project. However, we are going to do this step by step, which means that I'm not going to tell it to build it from scratch, but I will break the task down into a few smaller chapters or smaller sections, which I would think are reasonable to do. Also, I'm warning it to not to overflood my screen with text, because that would be just too much. So let's go. Our target area is going to be Manhattan, New York City. So first, look around and see how you can acquire and access and pull any available data. Here, as a pointer, the New York City Open Data Portal has a Pluto dataset, which contains all the buildings of Manhattan, roughly about 50,000 building footprints, which also have the building's height and year of construction. Yep, so I won't type anything from now on, I'm just going to talk. What I've seen so far that Fable is eating token really fast, so I'm also wondering how far we can get. My session just reset and I'm on a max plan. Alright, go ahead with your recommendation and don't make me download it and do anything manual. Alright, so here we already have something. Alright, so this looks promising. It seems that you also have found the right dataset. 46,000 buildings is correct. However, the rendering is still not working. There is an error I'm going to copy here. First, aim for a very simple 2D visualization, which will just show all the building footprints of Manhattan. But no details, no 3D, nothing. For the record, now I am at 5% of sessions token limit, which is still a max plan. Alright, so this is still giving me an error. Alright, we have a new error message. Please check this out and update the visualization. Alright, new version, still an error. It seems that it's really having a hard time downloading the file. So we have another error. Do you think it would solve the problem if I would add the building footprint data here for you? Alright, so now I'm going to look for the data on my computer and upload it. And so far, Geospatial 3D Mapping Project and Claude Fable 1 to 0. Now I'm at 8% at my current session, and I wonder if this size of GeoJSON file will break something or eat up my tokens right away, or this will be able to handle it. So while it's working really hard, just a few notes. In Python, having a 3D visualization like this wouldn't take too long. We could probably get it done with Claude in like 5 minutes. However, that would be using standard tools, which are also somewhat limiting. So now, if we manage to rebuild something that works in Python, and which, by the way, is a huge thing because those Python libraries have been out there for many years, and many really smart people have been working on them really hard. So if we can have something like that working in this little browser window here, that's going to be an absolutely 5-star achievement. And then if we will get there, we will see if we can add some interesting things in the visuals, which we wouldn't be able to do in Python. Alright, so something is happening now. It's rendering. Now we are at 11%, and wow, that's Manhattan 2D. Very good. Very, very good. It even recognized that my datatime was coming from OpenStreetMap. Okay. Alright, so this is good, very good, promising, thank you. So the next step is going to be to turn this into a 3-dimensional map where every building's height on the visual is proportional to its actual height. Also make it interactive so we can move the map around, zoom in, rotate it, tilt it, and explore the city from like a bird eye perspective. Now my session is still at 11%. And now we are switching to WebGL as it seems here. So these are actually those JavaScript and Java and web tools which have been on my to-do list for a very long time, and I was always like, okay, my actual client projects don't need me to do this, and I have many other things which are fun to do, so I will do this later. But in the meantime, AI just caught up, and Manhattan goes vertical. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is way faster than anything in Python, actually. Okay. Right click, we can drag it around. Oh. Okay, now I'm genuinely impressed. Wow. Okay. Okay, I could be playing with this for a while. This is very good. I guess now it's all is left for us tech people to do is to start farming potatoes and tomatoes. So, alright buddy, so this looks fantastic. So now just a few more things. First, please check if you can add a base map, and if so, what libraries can we access. The best would be CartoDB's dark matter no label. But before rendering anything, just check and look around, and also check what features do we have for the buildings, which we could use to color them, because here, this is an OpenStreetMap data table, so it does not really have, for example, year of construction. It has number of floors and building height, if I remember correctly. But we should somehow color these buildings. And still don't render anything, just give me some insights. Can we somehow make the visualization even cooler? So add some transparency to the buildings or even some texture like it was created in a software like Blender or Touch Designer. So make it look like a cool sci-fi visualization and not just a bunch of blocks, which still look cool, but that's more like the structure and not the actual visualization. We can even look at Manhattan from the bottom. Okay, this I haven't seen this before. Yeah, I am truly impressed. Base map. Okay, CartoDB is no-go, maybe because it's a raster. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is that I will download the road network in the background. So we are dropping the base map, but the road network is a very good idea actually. So first give me a Python code snippet, a quick block which I can add to one of my running Jupyter notebooks to download the road network, focusing on the drivable road network of Manhattan, and make sure to disentangle the graph object into a nodes and edges tables and export the edges table as a GeoJSON file, which I'm going to upload here. Alright, so now I'm reflecting to all the 3 points. First, I attached the road network GeoJSON and use that, and then that's going to be our base map. Make sure that it's a complementary color, for example, some neon pink to the building color map. For the building colors, use a gradient color map, which is centered around the current grayish, bluish, steel blue color. I like this tone. And yep, use the building height as a coloring attribute for now. And yep, the glowing ground grid as for the road network would be great. And then for the rest, add as many awesomely looking fancy stuff as you can. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, we are at 17% concerning my current sessions limits. Alright, wow. Wow. What? All right, my friends, this is incredible. Wow. Okay, this is not a data visualization in the sense that I would use it on a client dashboard, but this is something I could definitely see at like a music festival. Oh, wow. And these things are like glowing and like moving around. This is just beautiful. I'm not sure if I should push it any further. By the way, we are at 20% of my session limit, which at the max plan, which is 5x, means that you can actually get this done in one single session with Claude, even if it's with the regular plan. Or yeah, I'm not sure if I should try to make this any better. Like, if I try to zoom in, okay, it's not zooming in that much, but I guess that's for some later fine-tuning. Let's make it full screen and enjoy the view a little further. Yeah, maybe this way. Oh, look at that. Here we have a nice, and this legend box is also very like nicely placed. We can drag, right drag, scroll for zoom, and we can, oh, turn these things on and off. So this was the original one. So yeah, this also looks nice. These lights, this lighting is pretty good. Okay, I have no idea how to change that, but I am sure that with a few prompts we could also tell them where the light source is or where they should be, how many should be, how many light sources should there be. But this is really nice. We can make this pause work as well. This looks really nice. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of doing this. It's a very nice visual element. I like it. Okay. And now the last ask or request in this session is for you to write a long, very detailed prompt, which is going to be reproducing this exact same visualization. So for that, assume that someone is using the same Claude Fable model as we are using here, and they have the zipped data files ready, including the building and the edge GeoJSON files as well. Make sure that this is going to be one single prompt which will run. It might run longer, and the result is going to be this nice 3D visualization with all these interface options with the bloom glow, floor scan lines, and city pulse, drag to rotate, right drag to pan, and scroll to zoom. Also, use the same bluish pinkish color palette. And now give me the prompt which I can distribute. So it is working a lot on getting this prompt. So that could be a good sign that this will be a very efficient prompt. Yep. So here is the prompt. This seems to be quite extensive. So I'm going to share this on my Substack, and you are going to hopefully use it and let me know how it works. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.